What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. This is All Wings Everything. Yes, you are back in my kitchen with your boy Spinelli for another easy and delicious recipe. And you know how we like to do it, easy, and it always come out delicious. Now, in today's video, I'm gonna show you guys how to make a French onion chicken casserole. Now, if you never had this, I don't know what you're waiting for, but you're gonna love it. So I hope you're in your kitchen. I'm already in mine, so let's go. All right, guys, so here are the ingredients we're going to use for today's recipe. So let me tell you what we have. Let's do a quick roll call. Right here we have some French blend of herbs here. We're going to use some crushed red pepper flakes, onion powder, garlic powder, some fresh mozzarella. Right here I have a half a cup of chicken broth here. We're going to use some fresh parsley, fresh garlic cloves, onions, unsalted butter, and the star of the show right here, our chicken breast, boneless chicken breast. So guys, these are the ingredients. Let's go ahead and continue. All right, so I measured out the ingredients. Let me tell you what we have. So right here I have 3 boneless breasts. Now guys, if you have those real thick breasts, you want to cut them in half. I didn't. These are, nice size. They're not really thick. Typically you have those real big thick breasts. You want to make sure you cut them in half if you have them that way. Right here I have 2 tablespoons of garlic powder. I have 5 onions sliced. Now I slice these onions. Now I would use a medium onion. You can use a large onions, but I would use about 5 medium onions. And I came out with these slices and slice them pretty thin. Now guys, it looks like a lot, but once you cook it down, you'll see that this is not really a lot. I have 1.5 cups of mozzarella cheese, fresh mozzarella cheese. I have a teaspoon of red pepper flakes. I have about a tablespoon of that fresh chopped parsley. I have 2 tablespoons of butter. I have 5 garlic cloves minced. I have a teaspoon and a half of that French herb blend. I have 1 teaspoon of onion powder. And right here again, I have 1/2 cup of chicken broth. So these are the ingredients. Let's go ahead and get started. All right, so the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna melt 2 tablespoons of butter. And we wanna make sure this is on medium high. Now we're gonna add our onions. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add some fresh cracked salt and some cracked pepper. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna cook these for about 5 minutes until they soften. Maybe a little longer, just depends. And we're gonna continue to move these around as we cook them, just so we can make sure that they all, they kind of cook evenly. Guys, we're about 5 minutes in. I'm gonna let them cook a little bit longer. Maybe about another 2 to 3 minutes, because we want to make sure they're soft. And as you can see, these are pretty, still kind of firm. But you can see the little ones like this, they're pretty soft. But we're going to cook them until probably another 2 minutes. So just continue to move them around. All right, guys, so it looks like we're about 8 minutes in, 7, 8 minutes. So we're going to turn this down. I'm going to turn it down, and we're going to let it cook on on medium heat. This was medium high heat. And we're going to let it cook for about another 10 to 15 minutes until the onions are brown. All right, guys, so it looks like we're about 12 to 15 minutes in. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take 1/4 cup of our chicken broth, and I'm going to add that. Continue to cook this and stir it while on medium heat until these onions turn brown. And then kind of use that to deglaze the pan. The color is changing on our onions. And as you also can see, guys, look how much these has reduced down versus, when we first put them in here. And guys, you want to make sure you keep stirring this when you add your chicken broth, because you want to make sure you don't burn it. So now what we're going to do, we're going to now come behind that with our garlic cloves, minced garlic cloves. And we're going to stir that in, and we're going to cook this also for about another minute with our garlic cloves in here until you get that nice garlic fragrant that we all love to smell. I know at least I do. I love to smell that garlic. All right, guys, so I think we are there now. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to turn off our cooktop, and I'm going to add our onions into a bowl, and I'm gonna set it aside while we prepare our chicken. So I'll be right back. All right, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna start seasoning our chicken. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna add a little salt. I didn't put that in the shot because you don't really need a whole lot of salt. You just wanna kind of sprinkle it. You got salt on the onions and all the other salt that's gonna be in there. So just sprinkle a little salt on there just to give it a little flavor. You know me, I always add that salt anyway. A little pepper. And now we're gonna come behind it with our onion powder, our garlic powder. Let's add some of those French herbs in here, like that. And we're gonna come behind that with some of our chili flakes. And guys, this is optional, and you don't have to use that many, but I love chili flakes. It just steps up that bite a little bit that I really like in my foods, especially my meats. And we're gonna flip it over. And we're gonna do the same thing. Some salt, some pepper, our garlic powder, our onion powder. Let's get those French herbs in here. And we're gonna come back over there with our chili flakes. All right, so what we're gonna do now is we're gonna transfer our chicken pieces over to our baking dish. Now I've already greased this baking dish with some butter, so you could do it with olive oil, whatever you wanna do it with, but I like to do it in the butter because it cooks with more of that flavor, or it gives it more of that flavor. So I'm gonna transfer these over here into our baking dish. So this is what we have. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get this cutting board cleaned up and I'll be right back. All right, so what we're gonna do now that we have our breast in our baking dish, we're gonna take our onions and we're gonna evenly distribute these onions on top of our chicken. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna do the same thing with our cheese. It's evenly distributed on top of these onions. All right, now that we've topped our chicken with our cheese and our onions, I've already preheated our oven to 400 degrees. So we're gonna sit that in the oven for about 20 to 30 minutes. Now, depending on the thickness of your chicken, guys, you wanna make sure that you cook it thoroughly. So that's around 165 or above. So make sure you have a thermometer because I can't really tell you based on the thickness of your chicken. But with mine, I'm pretty much gonna let it cook for about 25 minutes. All right, so I'm gonna get this in the oven and we'll be right back. All right, so here's what we have after 30 minutes in the oven on my end. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna put it under that broiler to kind of get brown that cheese. It's already started a little bit, but I wanna get a little bit more brown. So I'm gonna do that and I'm gonna bring it right back out. And this is what we have about 3 minutes under the broiler. I just wanted to brown that cheese a little bit, guys. And now you know what we're gonna do. We're gonna come across this baby with some of that fresh parsley, just to add a little color to it. And there you have it, guys. French onion chicken baked casserole. Take a look at this masterpiece here. And I know y'all already ready to get into quality control, so I'm not gonna torture y'all. I just want you to know that the measurements and the ingredients are all in the video description below. Like always, check it out. Thanks for supporting the channel and getting the merch and the ebook, guys. And I'll see you over at Quality Control. Let's go. All right, guys, so now it's time for quality control. So let's go ahead and get to it. Oh, man. Look at that. Oh, man. French onion chicken baked casserole, guys. This is, oh, man, it's good. I love this recipe. But let's see if I did it right this time again. I want you to look at that right there, guys. Look at the seasoning on that. Look at those onions, that cheese. Man, I'm going to torture you guys. Oh, man. It's beautiful. Let's check it out. Oh, man. Oh, my goodness. Flavors are just bouncing everywhere, man. My taste buds are going crazy. Man, if you never had French onion casserole or French onion chicken baked casserole, you have to try this. I'm telling you. Oh, man. So until then, I'm your cook, Spinelli. This is All Wings Everything. And remember, I ain't no chef. I just cook a lot. And I am out. Peace.